Mohammed, welcome to say again the podcast by the Cultural Brokers. How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Emmanuel? And thank you very much for bringing in here today. What a wonderful setup you have got it. Very professional. And why not? Because you are a professional person anyway.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are delighted to have you here. So thank you. And Mohammed, you mentioned before that the number of families in need is increasing in Canberra. Why is that happening in 2025 yet? What are your thoughts about it?
I believe that there are many reasons for that, what is happening. And what is happening is extremely sad and kind of, heart bleeding in the sense that, remember that we can always blame COVID for what is happening now, but this problem had been there even before COVID, although it was under or slipped, by many quarters under the carpet. But COVID provided an opportunity when it popped up and it bloomed from there on. I hate to use the word bloom for this, but that's what, happened. And the reason is simple, that the difference between haves and have-nots has been increasing and has been increasing without any due consideration that how to control the situation. And because of that, what was happening was that, people are struggling. We always offered some sort of help. Maybe a neighbor can help the other one, or, collectively charity organizations would come forward and all that. But at the government level and at very serious other levels, right, including businesses, we didn't think, collectively that how to address the situation. Yeah. And that's why I think that we saw, a phenomenal increase in the needs of the people, and people is struggling. And when it comes to basic need of food, that is heart bleeding, definitely.
Agree. Okay, I understand. And what we can do about that?
Basically, the census, there was a survey a couple of years ago, and that survey showed that Canberra is a small place, but very affluent place as well. Yeah. That survey showed that, 1 in 10 Canberra are in need of food assistance and other assistance.
Wow, yeah.
That simply meant that, if we have 400,000 people, then 40,000 people. And unfortunately, out of those 40,000 people, there were some 8,000 kids also. So 1/5 of those people who needed it were actually kids. And we don't want to see it. So when we started working with HelpingACT, and that was 2018, and then COVID came, and then COVID, we worked very, very hard during COVID. We were always every day on the streets and all that. And we simply saw that if 1 in 10 are in need in Canberra, the flip side of the coin is very promising, that 9 of Canberrans can help that one person who is in need. Now, with COVID gone, but there are post-COVID problems, and those problems mean that cost of life is just skyrocketing ever since. Yeah. And because of that cost of life increases, people are struggling to pay their mortgages, people are struggling to, and the last thing we want to see is that no food on the table.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Exactly. So that ratio of 1 in 10, I fear, has gone to 1.5 to 10, if not 2 out of 10. But it's still, if let's accept the fact that it's 2 out of 10, but it's still 8 people in Canberra can afford to help these 2 people. And that is the very basic philosophy of the HelpingACT, which was established in 2018. And now we are in the 7th year of its existence and fully working, right? So many hours going into it.
Definitely, you are really busy. Like I can see you on the street, really honest, all the time. You have more energy than the average Canberran. I know, It's like, the other day I saw you arriving into, what's the name of this place? You were with the kind of food truck that you have, the early morning center. You were arriving over there, and I was like, oh my God, but you were over there, you know?
Yeah.
And tell me about, for example, that I would call it food truck, but how that works and how that story began and everything is amazing.
Manuel, I think that I believe strongly that when you start something, and heavens know that, it's a genuine attempt,
Yes.
then what happens is that even if you are only one in the beginning, or 3 or 4, like 4 people who started this HelpingACT 7 years ago, then you have a hard path. You're an uphill task at in the beginning. But if you are consistently doing and believe in yourself that we are doing the right thing, and people will start coming and chipping in and assist you. So what happened was that we were introduced to Gin and Dairy group of developers, and that Gin and Dairy group asked asked me through a contact that we want to do for Gin and Dairy people Ramadan dinner. And we know that you have been conducting Ramadan dinners for ACT government and all that, right? So why not you come and help? That was actually a beginning of love between Gin and Dairy and HelpingACT.
Wow. Yes.
And that was 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Now, when we started doing that, then both HelpingACT, myself and my friends at HelpingACT plus Gin and Dairy, people, they started realizing that, look, we can collaborate broader, right, than only Ramadan dinners kind of thing. And what broader, then we sat and we simply said that we have a dream in Canberra that we want to go out every week somewhere in Canberra helping homeless people or needy people, right, with fresh food. And they said, so what should we do? And we said that if you can afford to donate something to us, which is mobile, right, and that materialized. It was actually a coffee van which they were using it, and they gave that. And I'm so thankful to Gin and Dairy that they donated that coffee van to HelpingACT completely for free.
Wow.
Now, when they did that, we spent some $15,000 to upgrade it from a coffee van to a food van.
Okay.
Now, once we had that, then it was easier because we already had a program running for homeless people outside Early Morning Center. We had a trailer and we'll put barbecue on it and, everything needed and bring the trailer over there. But once the food van was there, donated by Gin and Dairy, and then of course the signage of it came that everything, you must have seen that. So we started using that.
Yes.
And that was that every second Friday, and we are still doing it. We are already in third year. Every second Friday of the month, we are out there at 6 p.m. in city, and just offering free food to homeless people. And basically, in the start, our homeless guests were a bit kind of feeling shy. So we changed the philosophy that, and honestly speaking, we right from the beginning thought that let us make it a social event rather than saying that it's for this group or it's for this group.
Yes.
We promoted and genuinely we tried that, look, friends, close friends should join. You are either a person coming only for food, right, because you need it, or you are a friend helping to come and serve the food. Yes. And that actually sparked a wonderful interest from every corner. And you've seen politicians coming over there and helping. You've seen, but wonderful dignitaries of the Canberra coming over and helping. And this is a solidarity with those people who are in need, unfortunately. And they also take it in the same vein. And now, of course, starting from Early Morning Center for homeless people.
Yes.
Right now, our food van or the community dinners are every week somewhere in Canberra.
Okay.
We go out to, once a month to Early Morning Center. As I just told you, we go out to Kipex Uniting Church for people in the Belconnen area.
Yeah.
We go out to Queanbeyan, that is one Sunday. We have started going to Vision Church in Fishwick,
All right.
right, once a month. And then there is one at Erindale here in
Yes.
South. And, so every week we are busy, right? On Fridays or Sundays we are offering this. And there is one lunch also, which is called as Feel Good Feed Lunch at Early Morning Center, third Monday of every month. So
Okay.
yeah, quite busy.
No, definitely. But your leadership is clear. You said before, like politicians, businessmen, and other charities, everyone is trying to put some time in there. But also you have like the regular volunteers, like that you inspire every day. How many volunteers do you have? How that work in the organization?
As I told you that in 2017 we had started working onto the concept, and it was registered. HelpingACT was registered in 2018. When we started it, we were only 4 people, right? We discussed it and we just registered it. And, in the beginning, certainly, we were very, I always say sleepless nights, that how and where would the money come from.
Yes, yeah.
But my hats off to Canberra. They picked it up from what we wanted to do, and they started helping. So from 4, right now there are over 80 volunteers with us.
Really?
Yes, over 80 volunteers, out of which I'd say nearly 25 are core volunteers,
Okay.
which keep working every day. And then rest of them are always on call, that if someone is not there and there is a WhatsApp platform for them, and we just put it out that 2 more volunteers needed, and out of those 70 people, 84 people, 85 people, someone will raise their hand and they are there.
But just imagine, like, to be able to coordinate all of that. It's just not the work that delivering, the help and everything. Is just even coordinating all of that. The volunteers, keep them with all the energy, saying we are going to do this because of this and that. Wow, that's amazing.
Amazing. And I believe that, I'm much blessed. I'm so fortunate that, that you have come to another organization of mine that was established some 16, 17 years ago. It's called as Forum Australia.
Okay, yeah.
And we do open forums every 3 to 4 months. That was actually Mr. Mana Ahmed. He is my wonderful friend for the last 20 years. And 16 years, right, when we asked him to join, we were just making this Forum Australia, starting Forum Australia.
Yeah.
And I requested Mana, he joined me in. And when we started HelpingACT, he was part of it right from the day one. And he is just, a person who is sitting most of the time because he's full-time worker, but he is our technical guru, right? And then, but the coordination, and I know, is the word of mouth.
Yes, that's
How
correct.
wonderful you can express. And one more thing, need not to say that leadership means that when there is no one to do any task, you are there.
That's correct.
And then it doesn't listen any excuse, because you have committed yourself and with others that this work has to be done. Honestly speaking, I'm going to say one thing, Manuel.
Yes.
That if there was a God descended in this world, it would have been work.
Right.
Work. That if you start worshipping the work, right, everything is yours, including, people will be around you and all that, right? And
that's correct.
Yeah, that's what I feel. And amazing volunteers. Yes, coordination sometimes is, demanding, it's time consuming and all that. But at the end, when, you see that the task was done exactly the way you wanted it, that actually re-energizes you to keep doing and continuously doing it.
And as a consequence, the whole team, right?
The whole team.
And it's just happening.
And that's happening. That is 100% happening. I mean, I must tell you, just recently, that Gininderi thing. Now, of course, at the link office in Gininderi, Ramadan dinner every Ramadan. And then 3 years ago, the third partner in that was so HelpingACT, Gininderi community group, and then Uniting Church Kipex, right?
Yeah.
Now, 3 years ago, when we had done 2 at the link office at Gininderi, 2 Ramadan dinners, then Uniting Care, Kipex, just raised the hand and they gave the idea that we want to do it in the church at United Care, Kipex. And imagine that in the hall where Sunday services are held, they wanted to open it and just have Ramadan dinner. Just last week there was Ramadan dinner with 230 people there. And, when this thing came, on both occasions at the link office, it was held on 2nd March and then 15th March here, HelpingACT volunteers were there for hours and hours, serving and cleaning later on and all that, because I think that's what the commitment is. And, that's how the things are. And the reward was that people were happy when they went.
And talking about that leadership and that experience, and what do you think is the role of the relationships in life, the value? What kind of advice you can tell to people that is starting their careers, and then they are like, the relationships are not important, I have to be only on my cell phone all the time, or I will do what I have to do, whatever. What kind of advice you will tell to new generations, not only the young people, like generations around 30 years old, whatever? What is the power of that?
I believe that relationship, right? Say, imagine there was one of the stories which I would like to share, and that will become part of my reply to what your question is.
Yes, claro.
There was a guy, right, who was elderly, right? His son was overseas and all that.
Yeah.
And he would give money after money to the postman. And postman would say that and he asked him to come every week unfailingly, right? And just telling him that there is a letter or there is no letter. And the postman knew that the letter comes hardly once a month.
Yeah.
Why this elderly man wants, right, him to come every week, right? Even without letter, he wants to see me and all that.
Yeah.
And when he asked, and he would give money to him, right? Thanks for coming and all that, right? When, this postman asked, that, look, I've been coming here for more than 2 or 3 months. There's no letter, but still you insist I come next week and all that. He said that, just imagine that my son is away, far away, and there's nobody, in this world except him.
Yeah.
I see that son in your face.
Wow.
Right? And that relationship is now established between you and me, that there is someone who will be coming this week just to find out how I am.
Correct.
Relationships, men and so many other creatures in this world, I think that, it is the bonding which keeps us alive. It's the bonding, because when you go, to, say, for example, we as human being, either, if I say binary, very happy, on any occasion, and very sad on the other occasion.
Yeah.
Both times we need fellow human beings.
Yeah.
These fellow human beings can be our, close relatives, nuclear family members, or our friends.
Correct.
Can't live without them. If anybody has got a treasure in this world, which is in value more than any currency or any, a gold or something, That is relationship. And when there are relationships, miracles happen.
That's correct.
Imagine a world when there was no mothers. Imagine when there were no fathers or brothers or sisters. I think that I remember that when my father died, we were just mourning here, and I couldn't gather myself to go to Pakistan, right, and sit with my sisters and brothers. And those 3 months were the most painful for me, right, in Canberra. Once I was there and I hugged them, they hugged me, and we cried. That was the moment, right? And imagine that if I had no brother, if I had no friends, then I would have been a person lost in this wild world.
Yes,
and just seeking, everyone's, that how cherishable these people are, that at least they have some friends together. So relationships, and going back to my biochemistry, right, that the atoms they're close to each other. They attract each other, and all our bodies made up of cells, So why not we would love, and we'll be attracted by love from someone. And another poetic concept, because I do write some Urdu poetry also, it says that if you don't love me, no problem, but hate me. Because even hate will establish a relationship between, and you'll remember me sometimes. That's a very strong concept.
Definitely. Totally agree with you. And it also is going to make a difference. Like, as you said, like as a migrant, you will need to build new relationships here, or build your own family. You are basically from here. But also as a society, through relationships, you can organize everyone to make this magic.
That's right. And one of the magics I can share with you, that that I was awarded Canberra Citizen of the Year in 2022.
That's correct.
Now, I've always maintained that Canberra is our home.
Yes.
Right? And we have to do each and everything possible. And you have been involved in so many projects and all that. And, you're Genevieve. And whatever you could contribute, just do it to make it, wonderful city full of relations, mutual relations for love and care for each other. Now, I started working at Therapeutic Goods Administration, and I worked for 23 years before retiring in 2017. Now, after 4 years of my working there, I established a group over there.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yes. And that was actually part of the social club of TGA. Mm-hmm. And funny name we gave was Curry, TGA Curry Group, right?
Yeah.
And in that curry group, we would do 1 curry lunch every year and 3 to 4 morning teas. Okay. And we'll raise some $10,000.
Yeah.
Right. Now that bonding between and relationship between some 20 people in the end was as stronger as brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that they were all for it, that we keep doing, we'll keep doing. And that actually was taken into account when, Andrew Barr was giving me the honor, right? It was mentioned that, so basically that work translated into that HelpingACT.
Yes.
And then from there on, it's growing and growing and growing at the moment. And the problem is definitely, so I believe that without relationships, nothing can happen. Without relationships, nothing can. Human being is such that, it sometimes goes onto the Everest. Sometimes it will go deep down in the sea to fetch something.
Yeah.
But if you tell him that your brother has gone away, if you tell him your friend has gone away, he'll be broken completely. At least, if not for the whole month, for a few hours, for a few days, because relationships are important in life.
Definitely. And then all of this, for example, during the bushfires in 2019 and 2020, that you were really active. What happened at that time? Because I guess that was part of all the impact you create, and then you were awarded. Yeah,
that's right. my hats off to Roseanne Havers. She started that at Mitchell. She started that group. It's called as Slabs for Heroes.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard her interview on ABC, I rushed to Roseanne, and there was a group, with the small group, she was already working there. And bushfires had left devastating situations, right, where the fireys needed help and all of those people who were affected needed help. And I simply sat with her and I said that even though we are just, very small organization in the beginning as we were, right, but we just count on HelpingACT also. And we started working there first in my own, capacity, and then later my volunteers, my friends in HelpingACT also joined me.
Yeah.
And believe me, the kind of fraternity and friendships which we developed out of 3 months of work from Mitchell during those days is far more important than any other thing for me, because that relationship is still continues. Imagine that, people would come as early as 7:30 or 8 in the morning and would not leave the place, until 8 p.m. Right?
Yeah.
Somebody. So basically that kind of thing was very important, and more than 100 full trucks of supplies did go. Right, in one day, sometimes 3 trucks will be filled and all packing going and all that, and there were at least all the time in that big hall in Mitchell, more than I would say 30 or 35 people will be working, and that was the response of Canberra, right, to these wonderful, and hats off to all volunteers who were there, and they had only one mission, that we don't want to see anyone right in need over there in plight and that kind of, and I think that's what it was, Slab for Heroes and wonderful HelpingACT put together, and many other organizations did come and help that. I mean, I remember that one of the dinners which we gave at Arundel College here, and there was an army contingent also, some 20 people who were staying there and all that. That was wonderful. And similarly we did at Dixon College, one of them. People would come in Canberra because their house has gone or there's fire and all that, and they will stay inside the Dixon College, and the food was coming, at least one lunch we did give there. My hats off to my volunteers for that.
Wow, lovely.
Including my wife was there. She was cooking and over here. Yeah, I think that, I mean, humanity is such a strong thing.
Yes.
Humanity humanity first, and then religions came in this world just to embellish, human values. That's what I believe.
Okay. And then tell me something. You arrived into Canberra as an international student? Or how was it?
I came as an international student in 1991.
That's an example for all the international students. Wow.
No, thank you. Yeah, I came here, and then within, I think that 3 years, I did some diploma kind of thing. Right. And then, immediately found a job. Right, at Therapeutic Goods Administration.
Right.
And, once you are inside, TGA was always, an institute where we would say that one who enters the TGA never leaves TGA. It was such a wonderful big family over there.
Right.
And that's what happened, 24 years. And after that, so yeah, I mean, I was a student, and, as soon as I completed, Canberra just embraced me. And I think that it was a payback, because I think that having come from Karachi, the hell of a city as it is, we don't count the population per square kilometer there. We rather count it as per square inch, right?
Yes, know what you mean,
And then coming to a quiet city, like, imagine in 1991. And then, of course, started loving it after 6 months, and that serenity, that wonderful aura, pure air, and all those wonderful environment kind of thing. And that love meant that I never, ever went out of Canberra to live anywhere in Australia.
Yeah, I know. And something like that happened to me. Imagine like a city like Mexico City and all that kind of stuff. But now it was a shock at the beginning, but now I do love Canberra because you just have all that magic. And
That's
then,
very true.
and you have everything close. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, I know.
Everything so close, everything on offer, and on top that people are loving and caring.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm totally agree with you.
Multiculturalism, diversity. Only yesterday I was at a Ramadan dinner by a city government, and we spoke along the same lines that, Ramadan brings people together, but it's more onto the people that they want to just join each other and share the joys and sorrows of each other.
No, definitely. And Mohammed, can you share with us, for example, what your parents teach you as a young person, that makes you the person that you are today?
Yeah. Look, I think just touching base onto that, but I don't want to blame anyone.
No.
1947 was a turning point in my family's life.
Okay.
We were always living for generations and generation in around New Delhi area in then India.
Yeah.
And now also New Delhi is in India or Delhi. And then 1947, my parents came to Pakistan. There were riots and we lost a significant number of close family.
Okay.
So my parents ended up, and the whole family, brothers, ended up in Pakistan just in rags, stained with blood kind of thing.
Yeah.
So one generation was completely lost, right? I and 6 other siblings, right? Father was just doing menial work, right, and all that. And in the end, he did his intermediate year 12 and got a job later in insurance company and all that. But that actually was challenging to live in that way. When I went to teach in one of the African countries, I just found that the same sort of problems as my family had gone through, and some of the areas, poorly developed areas of Karachi, you would say, that had the same problems kind of thing. And that actually helped shape what I am today.
Mm-hmm.
I was teaching in Karachi University, biochemistry and molecular biology are my subjects. Then when you are taking a class of 25 people, you could see that 5 or 6 of them are mentally not there in the class. Right?
Okay.
Why they are not there? It's my duty to find out.
Yeah.
And then when we found out, there were problems in the family. Problems it could be, how to meet ends, right?
Yeah.
Problem could be that mental health and all those kind of things,
Yeah.
right? So that actually consistently shaped me as what I am today,
Yeah.
right? I remember that I established a lending library in biochemistry department so that these 6 people, right, could be taken care of, because biochemistry, books were very expensive and all that. And in the same way that wherever we can help, we must help. Not should, but rather we must help, because it is against the human nature to see anyone in plight. Right.
Yeah.
And so that was actually the beginning. And then part of it was that literature, right? Literature shaped me very much. The Urdu is my official language in Pakistan and very close to my heart. Urdu poetry. I write some poetry also. And then Urdu prose and all that. And people don't know, but my favorite writers, just like a big name from India, is Krishan Chandra. Right. He was actually a short story writer. Or Ahmed Nadeem Qasmi from Pakistan. These are the people who opened my eyes with their stories or poetry.
Yeah.
That humanity must not be degraded at any value, right? And that shaped up me that with 2 things. One was seeing around and seeing yourself.
Yeah.
Seeing yourself not because you want to just thrive independently. No.
Yeah.
Being part of what you are, right? Your close family, your close friends, and maintain yourself in a humble way so that you can contribute to bring these people up. And you are fortunate that at least you are somewhere. Please try to bring them to a level, at least your level,
Yes.
right? And then together they can become a force. I mean, just like helping a city.
Yeah.
I mean, people would come and they might take food assistance for 3 months in a row. And then after 2 months, you are struggling. Where is that person gone or family gone? And they come and they say, we want to volunteer now.
I know. Yeah.
Right. That's the beauty of the whole thing. So exactly in the same way, I found that, the real happiness is in helping each other.
Correct. Yeah.
Real happiness lies in, at the end of the day, if you are happy here in your heart, saying that today I saw a person in need and I was able to at least in a small way help him or her.
And
That is the treasure. So that's what I was. I remember the days going to uni and I had no money for bus ticket.
Yeah.
And bus conductor realized after a few that I dodge him sometime because there was a dedicated bus to. And he actually just caught me one day.
Yeah.
He didn't ask me to get down the bus. He said that, can I talk to you? I said, yeah. And he said that I see that you dodge me many times. What is your problem?
Yeah.
Right? I said that on those days I don't have any money, but I have to go to uni.
Yeah.
And he said, there is no problem. From here on, even if you have money in your pocket, I will not ask you for the ticket.
Okay.
The reason is that he said that the story you told me, right? You will be a help to your father to bring up your siblings. And I want to see with your father the same dream that you successfully complete your degree. And what a wonderful thing that I was a gold medalist at Karachi University, both for BSc Honours and biochemistry, and immediately offered a job as a lecturer.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So that was me. Love and care.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, people say that they don't like 4-letter words. I like some 4-letter words.
Yeah.
Hope is a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Care is a 4-letter word. Love is a 4-letter word. And wonderful, right? These are the very basic ingredients. We always, chemists say that carbon makes your body and hydrogen. No, it's love, hope, and care.
Definitely.
Which makes our body and shapes us as human beings. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
My beginning, my whole life. Yeah, I mean, yes, you don't have new shoes or new dress at the end of Ramadan festival, right?
Yeah.
But take that pain in your heart, and when you are able to buy for yourself later when you are working, then find a couple of people so that they are in the same position, unfortunately, where you are, and do something for them to make their end of Ramadan festival happy or a Christmas happy.
Yeah.
And that's the philosophy.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. And Mohammed, what's next for Helping ACT? The challenges, what you want to achieve, what do you need from the society? Please let us know.
Yeah. For Helping ACT, number one, unfortunately, it will be an ideal thing to think that the society will become so even, right, that there will be no one in need. That is a very ideal thinking.
Yeah.
I've been to San Jose, the very rich city, yet I've seen some of the tents on the streets over there. Our maximum effort as a society or as Helping ACT or any other wonderful organizations working in this direction in Canberra is to minimize the people's sufferings.
Yeah.
And for that matter, Helping ACT is at a stage where, just to give you a rough idea, that we have programs with school breakfast. 8 schools every week, once a week, we are giving breakfast. And one college, we are giving breakfast once a week. Then we have homeless people. We work very closely with Early Morning Center. And once a month, lunch. And once a month, our food van is out there for community dinner. And then there is a program. I'm on the board of Companion House for Refugees and Asylum Seekers.
Yeah.
And the food pantry over there is topped up every week, restocked by HelpingACT exclusively for refugees and asylum seeker families.
Yeah.
We are also helping Warden Community Service here with the staple foods for migrants and all that. Yeah. So, and then domestic violence affected,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Families, sometimes they need a furniture, sometimes they need white goods and all that. So these programs, number one, will continue the way it is. Where I believe that we are now going to add one more caveat to our work is a strong thinking circle to be developed.
Okay.
So that we can just review the situation every 6 months kind of thing and arrive at, the policies to be shaped up for next 6 months. This assistance, food assistance and settling assistance and all that for new migrants and all will continue the way it is, right?
Yes.
But at the other end would be that some policies kind of thing for consideration by the government, so that we can help to improve the situation through. We have these ideas. That is one of the ways to do it. And secondly, that I think that empowering people, so that they can, there are so many, because we have some volunteers now who are originally from Afghanistan.
Okay. Yeah.
And they are interpreters. They know this, the culture very well, and we are trying to engage people, right? Say, for example, there are some sports activities kind of thing. So we would like to, number one, go to the carving out the policy, which helps us coming out of this plight at the moment.
Yeah.
And secondly, that, just bringing in people together so that these new people also become equally effective citizens of Australia, so that they can contribute as much as they would wish to make the things better. Yeah. And third thing, I would say that I think that we continuously, keep talking and just raising voice in a way that, those people who are just detained at the moment, the refugees and asylum seekers, some of them, have not seen their parents for more than 12 years and all that I think that we are a generous nation. We are certainly, Canberra is, say, for example, if I take the example of Canberra, then Canberra is a welcoming city, right? Yeah. We welcome everyone, including, so at least whatever we can do, and wherever HelpingACT, we have got wonderful relationship with Companion House, we have got wonderful relationship with the Early Morning Center, Warden Community Center, and these churches like, St. Benedict's in Queanbeyan, and then of course Uniting Care here at Kipex, and so we wish to develop this, and it's all inclusive. It's not, I have coined the term Aussie families, and then migrant families, and refugees and asylum. So basically, we are many, but we are definitely one.
Yes.
And when we are together, we are just next to none. And that is the power. And we wish to go more into the policy development, seminars to increase the awareness of the situation, plus that some workshops to bring people together to understand each other's cultures.
Yeah.
And from there, once you sow the seed, the trees which would come out, plants which would be, everyone would love them. They'll have beautiful flowers.
Definitely, there are opportunities everywhere, outside for everyone. We have to work on them. We should, and we can help other people to achieve all of that, which is a reality. And as an example, like you were an international student, and then you were like Citizen of the Year. You can imagine. So the same example, but it's part of the same magic, at the same positive things. So it's definitely doable.
That's right.
That's amazing. And also, I mean, we're
And I think I'm so extremely thankful to the building blocks leading to that honor, because without volunteers you can't do anything. Without friends you can't do anything. Without supporters you can. And I've always maintained that Canberra is such a wonderful place that, I mean, my request to Canberra is simple, that I don't need $50 or $100 from you. I simply need $10 per month from you. Imagine if we have 4,000 people in Canberra who give $10 a month, which is worth only for 2 cups of coffees these days.
basically, yeah.
In 1 month, $10. And, if there are $4,000 dropping this $10 a month, we will be over with this problem, right? And we'll be just constantly helping rather than to come out. If they need some sort of educational help, yes, we can provide them with some sort of assistance in terms of fee or those kind of things, right? I think that inspiration is the word. Inspiration. Because you have so many great people around you in Canberra and Australia.
Yeah.
You can take some inspiration from them.
Yes.
And believe me, miracles can happen.
Definitely. And also, like, all these people that you are helping now, a result of that is going to help the society in general in Canberra, because it's going to be easier for everyone to be together and do some other stuff, great stuff. And we are running.
Seriously speaking, when you said that all the people, there are couple of elderly families, elderly women, single women, and they are themselves on pension and running their lives and all that. You can understand that, how much money. But whenever they will have $50 as saving, they will give me a call. Mohammed, check HelpingACT's account. I have sent $50 donation.
Yeah.
That $50 is more than $500,000 from anyone.
Definitely.
Because that is coming with commitment.
The meaning of that.
We have to make change. That's all.
Definitely. And I want to say something really important for me. I'm really thankful with you because on the happiest day of my life, for some reason, you were around there.
That was Canberra Hospital.
Yeah, and I was going to say, oh, hello, this is my friend Mohammed, And then you were going, hey, man, what are you doing here? Oh, the baby. And then you went like, here is some dinner for you. And I was like, I don't need it. Like, have it. And I was like, okay. When I was having that dinner, I understand the reason, and the value of that, because then you just make the day or the night even better, So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you, because small things like that can really make the difference for everyone.
That's true. Just to give you an example, last night there was, because it's the beauty of the whole thing, whether it's a city government or you are organizing a dinner at your home, I'm organizing a dinner that if 10 people are coming, we will always prepare food for 15 people. So there was some leftover. And I immediately, in fact, thought, but even before I could say, the director came to me, Mohammed, can you take this food to homeless people tomorrow? Right? Yeah. And I said, yes, why not? And from here, I'm rushing there, right? Even though I've got a flight in the afternoon for overseas, I'm going. So, but that is the whole thing, as you just said, that, look, I mean, small little, the happiness of life lies in small little things. Believe me.
Yeah.
Remember that when COVID came, it's one of the stories which I read myself, that there were some towns, small towns in Italy, rich people living there. Yeah. They dropped the money from their windows onto the street, knowing the fact that their life, no surety that they would leave. They had COVID, and they thought that at least someone will use it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that we are just part of one big thing called as humanity. And if one part is feeling pain, the other part cannot live happily. And that's why I think let's make a revolution in a small city like Canberra. And once we have changed it in a way, it will become an example for the rest of the world.
Definitely.
Right? Okay. It was in my honor to meet you on that day, and I've just seen that baby wonderful, and with your wonderful wife, I just see. I mean, it's just a fantastic feeling, and I've been impressed always with the kind of work when you were there with Genevieve, and now that you are on a mission. I don't say that this is something that you're doing is in a small room like that. It will change into a big, because it is actually the missions in life which inspire us. Yes. And you are certainly having that mission. And I have every prayer, heartfelt prayer from me for you.
Thank
to
you.
See you developing and wonderfully good in a way, so that, we will set an example that, look, Emmanuel is my friend. I mean, it's a big thing that Emmanuel is my friend, right? And that day will come, Emmanuel, because I can see your face, I can see your eyes. There's determination in that, and there is actually a will, a strong wish that I want to go forward and make a difference. Thank you for doing that.
No. Thank you, Mohammed. Just working hard, and thank you for coming here. Thank you for giving us your time, and we would love you to see you around there soon as always. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Thank you.